What up, Geeky Fight MMA here. Um, shit, this one, who do you guys think's got a win between Robert Whitaker and Israel Adesanya? And when they face Paul Costa, who do you think has the out of the three? Who do you think has the best matchups? Like, I know UFC is rooting for Israel to win, but I still give the edge to Robert Whitaker. I think Robert is just better than Kelvin Gastelum, and he has better defense, and he'll be able to find the shots on Adesanya easier. I don't think he hits as hard as Gastelum, but that might be the factor. But like I'll edge the decision to Robert Whitaker, and I think he could. He's more conditioned than Kelvin is too, so I think he could pick him apart easier. I would say easier, but like he won't be so gassed out trying to pick Izzo apart, because Kelvin's way shorter and he had to throw way more punches, and a lot were missing more because of that reach, and he almost had Israel. Kelvin, I don't think he'll hurt Israel as bad. Not Kelvin, Whitaker, I don't think he'll hurt Israel as bad, but he has more condition, and I don't think it'll be as hard for him to hit Israel. Plus, I think he is more like I think he's a more well-rounded MMA fighter than Kelvin is too. So I think we'll see how if he'll mix it up and see how effective it will be. But yeah, if Robert Whitaker faces Costa, ooh, that would be a tough one. I might edge it to Whitaker, but by the time Whitaker faces Costa, he probably went through so much injuries and wear and tear on his body that Costa might be too much, and the pressure might be too much. But Costa, though, we'll see if how well he'll last a 5-round and his energy management, because I think, Costa, if he could land on Whitaker, he has the power to. I think he has enough power to finish Whitaker. Whitaker is tough, but Costa throws way more volume than Yell does. I don't think he's as powerful as Yell, but he has more volume, and I think he has enough power to finish Robert Whitaker. I think Whitaker will have the edge, but we'll see. And we'll see how Costa do if Costa decides to make it a ground game. That is because so far Costa never. I don't think Costa only shot against Yell. I might be wrong. But his ground, like he defended with Yell's takedowns well, and even reversed the Yell too. So that's pretty something impressive to look at. I mean, of course, Yell was exhausted too, but so was Costa. We'll see. I think Costa changed his energy management, because so far all his fight he just goes in there, blow his load, and try and knock you out. What happens if he doesn't finish Whitaker? Can he still I think he could still survive, but can he still win if he doesn't finish? That's a whole nother story. I'll edge Whitaker. I think Whitaker is better than both of them, but we'll see. Let's say if Israel beats Whitaker, how will Israel do against Costa? I don't think Israel might be able. I don't think he'll be able to knock Costa out. Not with punches. I think he'll have to land some few headshots, maybe a lot to the body. That's the only way I could see him. Like if he lands the head kicks, some to the body and knees, consistent like if he lands leg attacks to the face, I think that's the only way he could knock out Costa. I mean, Costa took Yoel Romero's shots and he ate them. Like, I don't think anybody in that division is knocking Costa out with one punch anytime soon. I don't know. If it's a tough one, because Israel is the more well-rounded, better striker, better head movement, better defense, but Costa is one of those guys where his pressure is kind of like his defense, where like we'll see. Well, Israel, how will that mentally have effect on Israel? Because I think it had a mental effect a little bit on Yell in the first round, because Yell was looking hella sloppy, like a little bit more sloppy than he usually does, and I think that was probably like the pressure and like that the threat, the physical threat from Costa as well. Borishima, same name as Costa, same person, if you don't know. Borishima, I don't know, him versus Israel. If you had to make me pick right now, I'll pick Israel, but I could see it being like Israel is clearly the better striker, but he'll get caught and he'll get finished. That's how I see it. And we don't even know how Costa's ground game's like. I don't think he shot for a takedown or like made a grappling heavy. Let's see how he does. What would happen if he decides to do that? If he could take Izzo down early or mid round and control him on top, Israel, I think he'll be fuck. Because Costa's a pretty big, strong guy. Like, he's not a better wrestler. I wouldn't say he's a better wrestler than Calvin, but like, this is MMA, man, and reach has an effect. In wrestling, you're forced to go forward. In MMA, you could go backward if you want. So that already changes the game from Calvin trying to take down Israel already. It's a different game. And then Costa being bigger, it might be a little different. You might be able to hold on to Izzy. Who is it? Brad Tavares back Izzy to the fence, but Brad Tavares ain't no Costa. And that confidence, like, if Costa backs Izzy to the fence, how long can Izzy evade? Will Costa get a clinch? Will Costa be able to take him down? All that stuff. So if it goes how they normally fight, I might edge to Izzy. I'll pick Izzy, but part of me feels like Costa will just eventually land, and when he lands, Izzy's fucked. So Izzy the better striker, but is he good enough to where he doesn't get hit by any good shots from Costa? That's the question. And I think, and if he does get hit, how bad will he be? So that's my question. I think Izzy might win, but if I had to pick now, I say Izzy might win. But I think Costa, it's a very close fight. So yeah, I leave it at that. Tell me who you guys think's gonna win between the three, and how the fights will go out between the three. So yeah, peace out.